It was the winter of 1939. The wind clawed across the Glencairn coastline, waves crashing against the rocks with a force only the Cape could muster. Early one morning, several residents reported a strange sight off the coast. A ship, enormous, ancient, with sails full despite the lack of wind, gliding silently just beyond the breakers. It wasn't on any naval manifest, no distress signal, no name on the hull, just a ghostly silhouette wrapped in mist. Within minutes, it vanished into the fog as quickly as it had appeared. The younger people were shocked, scared and confused, but the older folks, they knew. They just encountered the Flying Dutchman. At the southern tip of Africa lies a jagged finger of land reaching into the ocean, the Cape of Good Hope. But before it was given that optimistic name, early Portuguese explorers called it something far more ominous, the Cabo das Tormentas, the Cape of Storms. It earned that name for good reason. This is where the warm Agulhas current from the Indian Ocean collides violently with the cold Benguela current from the Atlantic. The result? Sudden storms, rogue waves, furious winds that change direction without warning, and the coastline littered with hidden reefs and ship-crushing rocks. Sailors attempting to round the Cape face not only the natural wrath of the sea, but also the limitations of 16th and 17th century navigation. Wooden ships croaked and groaned under the strain. Masts snapped. Crews froze in the icy gales or were flung overboard by waves taller than church steeples. Even the bravest captains feared these waters. Some would sail hundreds of miles off course just to avoid the Cape entirely. But for those sailing under the flag of the Dutch East India Company, rounding the Cape was not a choice, it was a necessity. And for one captain, the decision to challenge the Cape of Storms would lead to a fate worse than death. The Flying Dutchman is not a fairy tale whispered to children. For South Africans, especially those in Simonstown, Hout Bay or Hermanus, it is a story passed between generations like a warning. Sailors fear it, fishermen avoid talking about it, and the sea, always the sea, keeps its secrets well.